And welcome back to Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win comes to us from Moonstar. I don't know why I did that, but it sounded like something to sing. I'm singing about Moonstars. Who asked the question? Who would win in a fight? The Predator, a Yaujta, like your general fair Predator, versus the Thing. So this is a complex fight. Because if you were to, that'd be an interesting fight where the Yaujta are dealing with the Thing. The Thing, because the way the Thing works is we don't really know truly what it is. I believe it's described as like a virus, like a sentient virus or like a colony of something or other. Apparently the Thing does in fact have a true form, but it's something we just don't know what it looks like. The form you see it's in the movie when it's frozen, it's actually a transformed version of it. But basically, it's a shapeshifter. It is an assimilator. It will take, any organism it touches, makes contact with, and start to overwrite its cells into the organisms, and eventually just assimilate it and be able to take its form and have its abilities and mix and match. Now, it doesn't do well with extreme temperatures. We know it got frozen in the Antarctic, and fire does seem to be able to damage it. It's not impossible to kill this Thing. The problem with the Thing is the fact that you need to kill every part of it. Otherwise, it will just be able to come back later on. Any part of it can basically detach and become a new version of it. So, because every part of it, from the blood to the single cell, is its own technical organism. So the question is, in an outbreak on the Yaujta, because do I need to really go over the Predator at this point? Predator, the Yaujta, are a hunter-warrior species. They hunt big game on all planets. They all have there are many different, subcultures within the culture, advanced weaponry, so forth and so on. So the thing is, okay, so in a scenario where the Thing lands on a Yaujta planet and starts assimilating the Yaujta, would the Thing wipe out an entire planet of the Yaujta? Because of the way it works, I think after a while, here's the thing. Technically, yes, but the Yaujta do have a self-destruct, because they have their own self-destruct system. They would probably wipe the damn thing out on their own planet before letting it take them. So after they start figuring out that this thing is on the planet, they would probably gather everyone up for ritualistic suicide. It would start freaking out, start killing it, killing Yaujta to try to get away. But which would mean that that's actually, I think I just said it right there. I didn't even think about it until just now. I think it would be the Yaujta who would win in that scenario. Because, yes, it could theoretically integrate through all of them. But after a while, eventually the Yaujta would pick up something's wrong, realize that there is some creature that is taking them all. It's assimilating them. And because they have a Bushido-like code, it's like, all right, we have done our best we can. We're going to bomb. We're just all of our tech, all of our bombs all at once. We'll take this thing with us. And the Thing is all about survival. It is not going to let that happen. So it's going to immediately try to get onto a ship, freak the fuck out, whatever, which will mean that either they blow it up or they now have outed this thing and start just plasma castrating this thing to death. Maybe they start stabbing it. They realize, okay, this isn't working. Oh, crap. And then they, kill the other Yaujta to be like, no, we're not letting it happen to you. And then they just plasma castrate this thing into nothing. They atomize this thing. Or as close to atomizing as you can get. So in a scenario like that, the Thing would lose, I think, because of its own need to survive versus the Yaujta honor code. Now, absorbing and assimilating a Yaujta means it would become aware of these things and realize, oh shit, I need to get off this planet. This is not a planet I want to colonize because they're really going to do it. So maybe in that regard, you could say the Thing wins, but because it would have to get the fuck off the planet, it's like, no, I don't want to be here. I guess the Yaujta still win technically. Now, in a one-on-one scenario, let's say it's like the Thing is one of its final forms. Even though the movie's not good, the prequel Thing had a cool final form. It just was CG, so it looked terrible. Something like that, maybe it's got a Yaujta face on it, where it's been assimilating a bunch of Yaujta and other things, and now it's kind of in big form. One Yaujta against this. Who would win? The Yaujta would probably, throw some blades at it. They would hurt. It'd feel pain, but it doesn't ultimately do anything. Yautjas are smart fighters as well. They're tactical. They realize, okay, that's not going to do anything. Stabbing, cutting is not going to do anything. So just blast it with a plasma caster. And that plasma caster is going to do a lot of damage. Now, granted, the problem with a bigger target is that he's only going to be able to hit so much. If he shoots the arm off, the arm can just kind of start doing the... It's weird to say, because I did something involving Pernida from Bleach a little bit ago. Pernida is actually Bleach's version of the Thing. I didn't even put that together until right. That's a versus I could do. Now, Pernida would destroy the Thing. All he has to do is hit him with an arrow, and he's good. And he knows, but still, Pernida from Bleach, the left or right, the right hand of the Soul King, is Bleach's equivalent of the Thing. I never even put that together till right now. That's kind of funny. But yeah, the problem is the Yaujta in question would have to make sure to destroy this thing in its entirety. That said, as we saw in Alien vs. Prey and Requiem, I didn't hate the movie. The action sequences are good. And anything involving the alien predator is pretty good. There is a liquid it has that it can just dissolve organic matter to the utmost degree, which means all it has to do is land this shit in the thing, and the thing is like, and just turn into a pile of goo and nothing. My guess is it breaks it down pretty much on like a molecular level, which would be enough to kill the thing. So, yeah, even though it would be an initial landing on the planet would result in the death of a good amount of Yaujta while it's like, assimilating. And ultimately, I think because of the culture of the Yaujta and what they would do, I think the thing would be outed or wiped out, one or the other. Because it's like, I don't want to live. Crap. Again, one-on-one, the Predator, I think, would be smart enough to know not to be touched. Especially when it realizes, and even if it does get touched, it probably would realize, okay, this isn't good. Here's the thing: if it realizes it's getting touched and can feel it's something overwritten, like it can feel like it's going blank, its brain's going dead, he quickly just do, and if he dies and the thing just wakes up, it's like just there you go. So either way, I think the Yaujta would win the fight. I think a Predator would beat the Thing. Ultimately, it would not be an easy fight because most Predator weapons are physical weapons. But because of the plasma caster, the organic dissolving liquid it has, I would still go the Predator in this fight. This, however, is just my opinion. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy, though. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.